Here with head coach Brad Laird. Demons coming off a 28-24 win against Houston Baptist. They'll hit the road for the final 2 weeks of the year, starting Saturday in Hammond. And coach, white knuckle finishes. You guys have been pretty good at them this calendar year. Pretty good way to go out on your home slate to come back and get a win, but also in a weird way, maybe even a little more momentum built up with the way that game ended.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you just look at the way the game started, and I have to say this, 100% credit to the players for that win. I thought our coaches and players really just hung in there, kept plugging, kept fighting. You know, because at one point it's 17-0 with about 12 minutes to go in the second quarter. They have 193 total yards, and we have -1. But our kids just kept fighting. We had that big 2-minute drive there at the end of the half, something we haven't done the last couple of weeks. Took momentum into halftime, and then just kept finding a way there in the second half. And we scored, missed the 2-point conversion. It was 17-12. We come down. And Scotty, man, he's done it all. Had some great punts, great kickoffs, but he jumps in there and makes his first field goal to cut it to 17-15. Then we end up getting the ball back. We score, make it 21-17, and turn the momentum. They get the momentum back on a big kickoff return after a penalty. They go up 24-21, and our guys come right back. A big play by Gavin to get us down there, and then the touchdown run to make it 28-24. So, man, a lot of ups and downs in the games, but our guys never wavered. They played hard. They played for each other, and to be able to score 22 points in the fourth quarter to win the game was great for them.
I think a couple of words you mentioned there, and it almost was word for word what Gavin said after the game. You kept plugging, you kept scratching, you kept clawing. Is that not just a 60-minute moniker? Is that for the next couple of weeks, the way the season has gone? Keep plugging, keep fighting, keep scratching?
Yeah, and that's what, these guys have been through a lot, just like every team does. But, I mean, whether it's, injuries, some guys that aren't with us anymore, some guys that had to step up. Riley Birdwell, we've got so many guys hurt on the offensive line. We've been dealing with that. Or the guys just not playing, or guys that I guess are injured. But a Riley Birdwell to step in the fourth quarter. Last home game, he's filming. This home game, he's leading us down the field and playing a big role in us winning the football game. That's just guys just sticking to it. You never know when your opportunity is going to come. Don't get frustrated with it. Just keep working, putting your head down, and that's kind of how this game was. Our guys, whoever had the opportunity, took advantage of it, and I couldn't be more proud of a group. And again, I've got to continue to say it because it's 100% credit to our players and coaches.
We talked about it going into this game. It was a rematch. It was this very unique schedule this year where you're playing 3 teams twice. You'll do that 2 more times your last 2 weeks. What did you learn? We talked about, it was kind of unique preparation for you. What did you learn about preparing for a team second, not necessarily just HBU, but in terms of your preparedness? What did you learn that you can apply to the next couple of weeks?
Well, I mean, I think one thing you find out and you see, these are Southland Conference games. I mean, that's kind of what you expect, right? And But you go back and you look at the first time we played compared to now, there was, some things that are similar, but some things that were different, in their preparation for us and our preparation for them. And in this ball game, the starting quarterbacks were totally different. And, I think at the end of the day, schematically, a lot of things are going to stay the same, but you have a little bit more idea about their personnel because you just played them 3 weeks ago. So, as we continue the next 2 weeks and playing teams twice, from a personnel standpoint, besides looking at them on film, we've seen them up front and up close and personal. So, from a personnel standpoint, we know what to expect. So, it's still the Southland Conference, and you're still going to have the opportunity to win anytime you step up on the field.
You mentioned Scotty Raul. He was the Southland Conference Special Teams Player of the Week. Jamar Valson, the Southland Conference Defensive Player of the Week. Their performances, but someone who's kind of maybe quietly emerged as a guy who's been there every week and pretty much replays Isaiah Longino. First season on the defensive line, he's had a sack in 4 straight games, including one of Cole Kelly a couple of weeks ago when you played at Southeastern the first time, where he basically had to scale the mountain. It looked like a mountain climber pulling him down, but he's been a guy who's really stepped forward and produced kind of like defensive linemen do without a lot of fanfare.
Yeah, and first, congratulations to Joe Valson, Defensive Player of the Week in the Southern Conference, and Scotty Roblo, the Special Teams Player of the Week in the conference. Well deserved. They earned that, and so happy for them. And you're looking at Isaiah Longino, where sometimes the stats just don't show up, but what he's continued to do, and he'd be the first to tell you, I think it was a bounce-back game for him from the last time we played, when we played Nichols a week ago. He took it to heart, his preparation and his performance going into that week compared to how he's done every other week. And I think it showed Saturday afternoon. And, his ability to make plays, his ability to continue to be a leader on the sideline when you're down 17-0. Just continuing to keep everybody up, and a lot of things don't show up on the stat sheet, but have so much to do with winning, and he brings that about.
Well, one guy who did, and did it very uniquely, Gavin Landry added something to his resume. I don't know how many players in school history, and I don't think you ever caught. I know you ran for some touchdowns. You threw for a few. Did you ever catch one?
No, I don't believe I did.
Well, he's got a unique, now with the 2 rushing touchdowns, a pretty unique career in terms of being able to produce, and to do it on senior day. And like we talked about after the game, there were a lot of seniors that Darius Whitfield had a sack. Jaquay Pogue was back. Gavin's played. Kendrick Price had some big catches. Again, just a special moment for those guys to go out on Turpin Stadium, producing in a winning situation.
Yeah, I don't know if you could write the script any better for those 10 guys that we talked about, 10 6-year seniors that I've always said, whether they've been here all 6 years or they've been here 6 months, their journey's special. We wanted them to be able to go out on a special night. And, it was good for our team to be able to get that win for them. I know you talked about Gavin. We knew, with the quarterback situation as far as health is concerned, given him the opportunity in that goal line situation, and he was able to produce with 2 touchdowns. And a guy like Javonis, that's a 6-year senior that shows up when he recovers 3 fumbles, 1 for a touchdown. Just doing what he's supposed to do, being in the right place at the right time, and making plays. But all of those seniors, you talked about KP, you talked about Darius Whitfield, you talk about Jay Griffin, those guys that, just continued to battle and continue to work and found a way to win.
All right, Coach. Appreciate you. Good luck Saturday.
Thank you.